Okay.
Okay, I will call the February 7th City Council meeting to order. Call the roll.
John Hawkins.
Here.
Megan McFarland. Here. Matt McKinney.
Here.
Brian Miller.
Here.
Logan Wells.
Here. Call for motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Petitions, communications and requests. This is the time of the meeting that a citizen may address the council on a matter not on the agenda, except in case of emergency. The city council will not take any action at this meeting, but may ask city staff to research the matter or have the matter placed on the agenda for a future meeting. How many people in here tonight? Want to get up? Want to get up and sing anything? All right. Moving on. Item 2, minutes and claims. The following items have been deemed uncontroversial routine actions to be approved by the council on a single motion. If the council member or member of the audience wishes to have an item removed from this list, will be considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. A is minutes of January 17th and January 24th. B is a resolution on payroll for a period ending January 15th and paid on January 21st. C is a resolution on payroll for the period ending January 29th and paid on February 4th. And D is a resolution on bills and the fund list. Approve the fund list.
I move to approve collectively.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, item 3 of general agenda, 2022 electrical underground conversion project. A motion to reject all bids on the 2022 electrical underground project, conversion project. The hearing's cancelled. Anyone make any comments on it?
First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Brian, for your service on the city council.
Thanks.
It's been a pleasure. I hope whatever you're doing after this is much fun. The went out for bids, and we received 3 bids. 2 of them were non-responsive bidders. They did not include the bid bond with their bids, so we could not open those bids and see what they were. The second one, or the final one, we received a bid from Roscoe, but the problem was that they didn't give us any bids for any transformers. Without transformers doing an underground project, you have no project. We called the vendors, all 3 of them, and asked them, first of all, why didn't they include their bid bond in a separate envelope? And they said, well, we forgot. That's like, well, I can't help that. And then they said, we wouldn't have bid the transformers either. And what they're saying is they wanted us to give them a blank check, and then possibly they could get us a transformer. They don't know when, but they get us a transformer. And obviously the city or municipalities can't work that way. So there's the reason why they have recommendation to reject all bids. And then talking with the engineer, the understanding is possibly go out for bid again in June and see if the supply chain, is any better, and we go from there. Yeah. And then possibly, if we can get materials bid, then possibly go out for bids on the contractor in late September.
I guess I'm not surprised. We need a motion to
moved.
Second. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. D is recommended approval for issuance of a beer and liquor licenses by the Iowa Department of Commerce for the following. One is renewal of a Class B permit, outdoor service and Sunday service for Hamilton County Exposition Fairgrounds, 1200 Bluff Street. And two is renewal of Class B native wine permit and living quarters, heart and home, at 1223 Superior Street.
Move to approve collectively. Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion approved. C is the first reading of an ordinance amending the code of ordinances of the City of Webster City, Iowa, 2019 by amending Chapter 10, Article 4 pertaining to Iowa statewide urban design standards for public improvements and the Iowa statewide urban standard specifications for public improvement manuals.
Move to approve.
Second. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. D is 2021 Brewer Creek Shoulder Project. We have a resolution approving change order number 1 to the 2021 Brewer Creek Shoulder Project.
You turn in your bill, John? Oh, that's right, yeah.
This is a
Different part.
Is that the one we sent him the bill?
So move.
okay. There's a second for.
Yeah.
Okay. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We have a resolution accepting work authorising the final payment of $4,173.13 and a release retained in the amount of zero to Peterson Construction of Webster City, Iowa for completion of the 2021 Brewer Creek Shelter Project.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. E is a resolution authorising the mayor and city clerk to amend the salary of the city manager. Ask you to review.
Move.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. F is a resolution authorising the city manager to purchase a Chevy Silverado 500 heavy duty from Carl Chevrolet and a snowplow from Truck Equipment Incorporated.
This is one to replace, an F-150 2013 truck that broke down. They had budgeted into the CHEP to replace, 2 of the trucks for the wastewater. Right now, we're only moving forward with the one. The one that broke down is no longer operational, would require, a new engine or, replacing it entirely. I know our mechanic has said that this particular model in the year has had issues with that engine, and getting a new used engine doesn't guarantee that we will solve any of the other problems we've encountered in the past. This is moving forward with getting a 1-ton or a 3/4-ton truck from the Chevy 2500. It's priced off the state's contract. I believe it should have included the state contract bids as well, or at least the sell sheet. Right, this is only available because another agency backed out of a purchase, and so it's since become available. But if we were to go out and try to get bids under the state contract, many of the trucks that are listed under the state catalog are no longer available for orders to be placed, and many of them are looking at a 6 to 8 month lead time.
What's the time frame to receive this?
It'll be available at the end of this month.
Wow.
But it was originally, I think, with Johnson Community Service District. They canceled the order for whatever reason, so it just happened to become available right at the same time we were looking for that. So.
Move to approve.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Item G is a motion rejecting bids received from concrete crushing project and approving a rebid of the project. And
So we received one bid from Redding's gravel and excavation. bid came back at $7.50 a ton, but after reading more into it, they talked about the pre-screening of dirt at another $3.75. That was in the memo, and that was part of the bid, so we would have to add that to it. So you're looking at a total of $11.25 per ton. It's a little bit higher than what we seen last time. Obviously, the last time we went out for crushing, we had a cap of, I think, $100,000. This one is at a not to exceed $60,000. So obviously, price could be a little higher, but we're hoping to get another contractor to bid. I did receive a phone call saying that possibly, they would put in a bid for whatever reason they did the first time. So you're always looking for that more competitive bid. The reason why we're obviously needing this crushing to be done, we did look into using this fiscal year and next fiscal year's budget together to get a better price. But with the summer projects that we have happening here real soon, that rock is accounted for, and so we will need that this summer. So by the time that stuff gets crushed, project gets started, that material can be used right away.
You have any questions? Fine. Call for motion.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Any other reports or recommendations? Is everybody okay to do a budget work session on Thursday, February 17th at 6 p.m.?
Can't do that.
Well, you. Okay. Yes. The report, Sam?
So everything that, if you read the report, is we've converted, the one thing I didn't want to bring up tonight is the abandoned properties. We've recently begun the process of going after abandoned properties again in town. We're successful, last week in obtaining 2 more properties by the city, 909 Harding Court and 1417 3rd Street. Both of those will be, the next council meeting, you'll be approving a resolution, taking title to those, and then, after 30 days is passed, then we can go out for closing of them either by the city or selling them off like we've done in the past. Got 2 more coming down the pipe, and then potentially even more that we may be adding to the list depending on their insurance companies' properties. So we're around with that, I'm back up again.
It was unfortunate, but
That's not certain.
No, it's going down the street.
Oh, that's it. Oh, look.
They're gonna probably be added to the list, so. That's
Oh, is it on the list, too?
No, because they supposedly had insurance on it.
So the other one was supposed to have insurance. Well, then that's that one up our stuff.
House,
Yeah.
they called it for ever.
Should have known that. I live in 40.
The other one, Ryan Martin, was empty since 2013, so that one.
Doesn't look terrible.
Well, thank you, Brian, for your service.
Yeah.
Said the mission.
Moving
out of town. I moved from staying out myself. Good luck moving there, man.
Yep, I'm glad, it's an exciting move, and I'm definitely gonna miss you guys for sure.
Thanks for everything you've done, so. Call the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thanks, everybody, for coming. We'll visit under 15 minutes.
Carol, it sounds like me and your lawyer are gonna have best friend photo shoot.